Hey guys, I wanted to bring in a testimonial and experience that I had with my grandfather and how he.
Greetings, welcome to our channel, and we also would like to reveal a quote, testimony and quote about this particular guy, Elmer O. Locker Jr. Because in our comment section we've been receiving messages from a certain person, they know who they are. G'day, bro. Informing us of the past history of this guy here and his grandfather that he talks about. Okay, it's not a personal attack on this guy, it's just exposure of what this guy was like behind the scenes. This particular guy here, this Elmer O. Locker Jr. Okay, we believe you do something wrong, you do a crime, whatever, you do your time, you know, you want to move on. So it's not a personal attack on this guy, right? We don't know the guy, it's just exposing him according to the so said facts about him and his grandfather and other people and their shady business or goings on. We don't know if this is for real. Okay, we just found it online, so maybe he can verify to you all out there what actually happened if he's like honest enough to do so. He doesn't have to, because that's his personal business, but we did find the information through another person online. Okay, so we're making you aware of this young man and his grandfather and this Neville Goddard method preaching, etc. Okay, we're not saying stop doing it, carry on. It's up to you, totally up to you. You got free will, you got choice. If you feel that's working for you, who are we to stop you from doing it, right? All that sort of stuff. But we basically found information on this man online. If this is the same guy, we believe it probably is. We've been informed that it is, right? Okay, Department of Alcoholic Beverage Control versus Locker, 1982. Okay, here's the details. The counsel, the opinion. Appellant's appeal from a judgment, etc., etc. Violating Business and Professions Code, section 23,300, etc., etc. During all times pertinent hereto, appellants Elmer O. Locker Jr. and Joyce M. Locker were owners of the nightclub known as The Ball, and appellants Elmer O. Locker Jr. and William C. Coleman were owners of a second nightclub known as The Other Ball prior to 129 Cal App 3D384. Revocation orders issued by respondent. Appellants were licensed by the respondent, blah blah blah. On or about April 11, 1980, respondent revoked and seized the appellant's on-sale licenses for these two premises due to violations of section 24,200 and regulation 143 of Title 4 of the California Administrative Code. Said violations are not pertinent to this appeal. The notice of revocation was served on appellant Coleman at the Other Ball on April 11, 1980, and so forth. Some more information here. So this guy Elmer was part of this, according to this article. There's a lot of information here about sections being breached and all this sort of stuff, by the looks of it. They failed to apply the penal code, and so forth. So all the information of what went down. Not really much about this guy Elmer in it. So we happened to find something else based on this Elmer Locker Jr. because apparently this was on the TV show Unsolved Mysteries, and it involved John and Cecilia Keeling, pictured here. Maybe that's their child as well. Not really sure who that is, but it's blotted out. And This is their real names. Alias is not known. Wanted for drug manufacturing. Missing since November 1989. Case details: John and Cecilia Keeling were involved in making illegal methamphetamines in a highly dangerous makeshift laboratory in a home in San Bernardino, USA. On November 6, 1988, police surrounded it and arrested them. About 40 minutes later, their partner, Alma Locker Jr., returned and noticed the police were there. He tried to drive away but was trapped by officers and arrested. While in jail, Alma reached out to his elderly parents and brother Bob to help. Bob felt obligated to help him since he was family. Bob and their parents went to visit a bail bondsman. Alma's bail had been set at $700,000 and John and Cecilia at $175,000. He convinced his family to get all three of them out of jail so that they could adequately defend themselves. To bail Alma out, the Lockers handed over the deed to their Santa Monica home and a check for $74,000. This was nearly all of their life savings. In addition, Bob gave the bondsman a deed to a specific Palisades home to guarantee John and Cecilia bond. The bondsman made it clear that if Alma, John and Cecilia jumped bail and did not return in 6 months, Bob and their parents would lose their homes. On December 7, 1988, Bob went to the country courthouse to pick up Alma. He assured Bob that their parents' trust had not been misplaced. During the next year, Alma tried to get his business affairs in order. Despite the fact that he sold off several luxury cars, their parents still had to support him. Is it him and Bob's parents? Okay. On November 30, 1989, the Lockers received a suicide note from Alma. This was the same day that he was supposed to appear in court. It was postmarked Las Vegas. His family and the authorities are convinced that he is still alive and in hiding. Neither Alma, John or Cecilia have been seen since they vanished in November 1989. The Lockers have already lost $74,000 and fear they may soon lose their home. They hope that Alma, John and Cecilia will be found before May 30, 1990. At that point they will lose their homes. Extra notes: this case first aired on the March 28, 1990 episode. Okay, is this the same Alma or... Okay. Results captured. Alma was arrested in Las Vegas thanks to viewers' tips. John and Cecilia remained fugitives until they were arrested in New Mexico in April 1992. But the arrest was too late for Bob, who lost his home as a result. They both pleaded guilty to drug manufacturing, was sentenced to 10 years in prison. Okay, so is this the same guy? Alma O. Locker Jr.? We're going to have a look to see if this narcotics raid subject is related. Okay, what's this? Free try, can't really see the paper I suppose. Okay. It's no good to us. Okay, so we're not sure of that one, so it'd be good if we had a video coverage of it. It's just an article. Okay, we may put in this name again to see if there's anything else. Okay, no, it's just that one, that's all. By the looks of it. We don't want that one that we've already seen. Trying to find some separate information on it. Probably return us back to that same article. Right. Okay, unsolved mysteries. It's a completely different Cecilia Keating. Doesn't look like there's anything else. No, can't see anything else. Okay, this might be... No, it's in Korean or something like that. Episodes of Unsolved Mysteries. It doesn't look like there's anything else. No. Can't see anything else. That's the only article that came to light. John and Cecilia, we'll have a look at that one. Probably completely different, nothing to do with them. See if their picture comes up. Nah, looks like it's something completely different. Okay, so that's irrelevant to us. So we'll keep you posted when this person gives us more. I'll see if there's a video on it. Probably not. No. Doesn't look like there's any video on it. No. Okay, this is irrelevant as well. Okay. So don't really know much about this guy, just that stuff online. If it's the same guy, apparently it is. We'd have a look at the comments, but we're not going to reveal the identity of that particular person who commented. Okay. We could possibly do a blank video of what that person actually said. Yeah, it's for privacy reasons, and all that sort of stuff. They don't need the flack. But yeah, I don't know. Forgive him, forget, right? If he's done his time, whatever, this is the same guy and he's done his time, well, let him move on, let him live on. Just be aware, if you're paying money towards this sort of thing, paying for that, whatever this guy said in his comments, just be aware, right? Could be a big have. A lot of people out there say, oh, no, you don't know, we're talking about all work for me, and I generated this, I generated that. Well, I could say that as well, without proof, right? Without the video evidence and all that sort of stuff. I just found personally that there's too many techniques, too many methods to it, right? Okay, I guess there's numerous possibilities, opportunities through it, etc., etc. But yeah, woke up and realised, had a realisation, it's all centered around gain, isn't it? Selfish lust, desires, etc., etc. I want this, I want that. Universe, gimme, that sort of mentality. Hopes, dreams, fantasies that the universe is going to talk to you. A universe that doesn't even speak, right? And tell you, yeah, here you go. Here's everything you wanted. Yeah, spoiled little child, sort of thing, that sort of stuff, right? Because scripture-wise, it says we're like spoiled children. We want everything our way. If we don't get it our way, blah blah blah. Okay. So we'll leave it there. We may edit some parts out of this. So yeah, it's not a personal attack on this guy. It's just an exposure of what he possibly is or was, right, and what he's running behind the scenes. Looks like he's got a lot of views, etc. So he's doing quite well. So we'll leave it at that.